Ndị be anyị ekelekwanụ m unu. Anyị sị ka nke chiri ya zelu. Anyị sị ka ọ mara na ala Igbo na mma. Anyị adị ka Chineke ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru ya, otu akwa ya dịrị. Ise, ise, ise. Anyị dịka o si dị ụbọchị uhuruchi nketa anyị wetara nnukwu ozi. Biko geenụ ntị. Ife a bụ according to the Biafran activist wetara ya bụ ozi. Quote, Russia President Putin draw battle between Finland government and Russia over Simon Ekpa and other Biafrans in Finland. Alright, this is according to the activist wetara ya bụ ozi n'iru akwụkwọ. Ka gịgoro ya bụ ihe o ji maka ya wee bịa maka asị uche onye adị na njọ. Anyị ga-esi ya ka anyị drọpụ ife anyị chere n'ụdị nke anyị gbasa maka ihe ndị a niile o wetere n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. Alright, over to you, sir.
Yes, you can see the recent movement. I think that pressure started from Russia, Vladimir Putin mounting a kind of Russia when the Alexander Stubb was trying to impose, a nuclear deal and with Russia, or trying to deny or trying to support Ukraine, and the role the world has given Finland as a nation that has one of the best ranking human rights nation in the world was what the factor Vladimir Putin used to shut down Alexander Stubb recently, citing the appearance or disappearance, or non-public appearance of the Biafran separatists, who is also a Finnish citizen, talking about Simon Ekpa. The development a few days ago, was quite interesting, where the president Vladimir Putin of Russia made that kind of gesture to the world and United Nations. Of course, the EU, signaling that the Alexander Stubb can be put on the scale now. That Finland can actually put on the scale because of the threat against Simon Ekpa. And remember, for some time now, the Vladimir Putin government or Russia government has been enjoying some certain support of liberation for freedom fighters. Asking the United Nations, asking the foreign Russian foreign minister, to factor Biafra liberation in some of the meetings they are doing over the BRICS issue and all that, considering the fact that Biafra as a nation is also the part of the Sahel nation. So the liberalization, not to allow Russia to factor in deeply in Africa. The Russian government, the US government, and the Israeli government are mapping out a strategy to make sure that those who are going to stand as a force, in representing Sahel in some of the international policies that are going to take place any moment from, especially the issue of the maritime, which is being seen as the next world major source of resources. Anytime that is even more, deep in terms of generating income more than the oil. I'm talking about the sea, the maritime sector, and of which they have already singled Biafra as a major nation in terms of human resources, in terms of strength, in terms of innovation, in terms of capacity, in terms of anything, So they are looking at that direction, and you can see that the international policy in Europe and Africa and Canada and some of them where Nigeria has been banned completely from entry are beginning to question the reason why Simon Ekpa, a Biafran separatist in England, should be banned from public appearance. A lot of people are saying that the Finnish government actually arrested him, and a lot of stories have been tabled from that direction. But I can tell you now that a few days ago a drama played out in the Finnish court, which unbelievably the Finnish government came out openly and declared that Simon Ekpa Nigeria evidence against him was as a result of resistance of the Igbo killing that made Nigerian government to forge that petition. That most of the things that the Nigerian government wrote in that petition has been found to be linked to Simon Ekpa's resistance over the killing of Christians in the eastern part of the country, allowing Fulanis, and doing all sorts of oppression and suppression by the Nigerian soldiers and Nigerian government. So, having seen that, the government of Finland felt disappointed after this investigation and felt that they have actually shot themselves on the leg. That if they have known, if they have had such information, if their legislators have done this investigation properly, there wouldn't have been any need even to entertain the Nigerian petition to the extent of trying to see how they're going to muzzle opposition in that regard. Simon Ekpa has not been found to be linked to any ISIS, Al Qaeda, Boko Haram, whatever. There was nothing like that. It was not linked to anything. So what we are seeing now is a clear intervention of most powerful nations around the world. And the Aso Rock has been conducting emergency meeting on the next direction to do, what next to do now that the Finnish government has finally nailed them on the floor of their chambers there in Finland. What are they going to do about it? That tells you that it's a major breakthrough for Simon Ekpa. And of course, like they put it, Simon Ekpa might any moment from now make his dramatic appearance publicly, because the news has filtered in, and that Dr. Ngozi Rabweze is currently working assiduously to make sure that that bridge is being transformed to reality, where the signal has already gotten to Abuja currently now. With the crisis that is happening in Abuja currently now, with the situation in Abuja currently now, I can tell you categorically clear that Abuja is politically and bilaterally confused over the development that has happened outside the world as a result of Russia, American and Israeli pressure on Finland to get Simon Ekpa to a freedom point of breakthrough.
There is this trending news across the nations of the world. The foreign nations are surprised. Who is the terrorist between Fulani S-men or Simon Ekpa? We've seen the International Terrorism Agency, they've ranked Fulani S-men the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world, Fulani S-men. Now, Simon Ekpa's name is not there. And they are asking, why can't the Nigerian government take Fulani S-men more seriously than Simon Ekpa? Probably Nnamdi Kanu. What do you have to say about that, about Nigerian government?
It tells you the biasness of the North. It tells you the biasness of the system. It tells you the biasness of how biased the Nigerian government are on the issue that has to do with the secession of the Igbo people from Nigeria, which has long overdue. And I can tell you that the world is already had our voice. The world is already working on that. I can tell you, there's massive lobbying in the United Nations now. There's massive lobbying in the Congress. There's massive bilaterally. That everywhere in the world, you go to Russia, everywhere the IPOB members, are working. The Biafran government in exile is working. But surprisingly, in all this thing, victory of Biafra has been announced few days ago, that Simon Ekpa has recorded a major breakthrough after the Finnish government has already endorsed his public appearance any moment from now. And that public appearance, is going to signal to the world that the time has come and the time is now. So if you look at it very well, Simon Ekpa, who is a Biafran government in exile, can be felt, can be seen, and IPOB members can be seen anywhere in the world. They are still all over the world. I can tell you currently now, if you are watching this platform, you are watching this video, you can see the reactivation of IPOB all over the world now, signaling that is a welcome development. The news we are getting from all over the world is meaning that Simon Ekpa is also behind. They are doing a lot of diplomatic jobs. That Simon Ekpa, Finland is a free world, but unknowingly to Nigerian government, they don't know how the young man Simon Ekpa has been able to carry out these activities from one place to another using all his network of connections, and the Biafran popularity is growing on daily basis. The world does not believe, the world does not compromise, the world does not see IPOB or Biafra or Simon Ekpa as a terrorist. But unfortunately, those who want conquest in Nigeria, those who want to oppress, continuous oppression, those who doesn't want to fix Nigeria, those who doesn't want Nigeria to work, those who have mounted pressure, those who have agreed that this is the type of Nigeria they want, the life of Simon Ekpa is their problem. They see such man as a hindrance to that agenda, including the IPOB leader who's already in detention for 5 years now. And I can tell you, these are the people who stood in respect to that. And kudos to the man from Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore.
I want to talk about the man. The man rejected 200. I mean, the man rejected the young man, a military president. Though, like I say in Nigeria, you are not calling for a military president in Nigeria. But this is an example. This man rejected 200 mosque offer from Saudi Arabia. Are you not thinking that can a Nigerian leader ever do this?
No, the man has already go out and signaled. I told you that he's working hand in hand with the Russian president Vladimir Putin, and he has made call for the immediate release. Finnish government should immediately, without any delay, release Simon Ekpa immediately, because he never committed any offense. He said Simon Ekpa is like me, Ibrahim Traore, who is fighting imperialism, who is fighting, monarchical, tyrannic and dictatorship, who is fighting to liberate his people, who is fighting colonization. So I think that power and that instruction and that agitation from Sahel nations, which they have already put down Biafra as one of the most powerful Sahel nations to come as a result of BRICS, has already told that Finland government that Simon Ekpa must be removed. That's why I'm saying that a new twist to Simon Ekpa's public appearance any moment from now, as we continue to experience this major breakthrough for Simon Ekpa and of course of the Biafran government in exile. What we are hearing from these nations and from world leaders around the world is a good news. And for those who are already in a meeting, from what we are gathering, that Alexander Stubb and his lawmakers and his congressmen or whatever team they have there, have already in the emergency meeting now to decide what they're going to do in the next few days from now, ahead of May, when the Finnish government felt that they have concluded whatever investigation they are doing in that regard, and that Simon Ekpa will hit the public space once again. That's development now, and from the fact that we are already in it and we are pushing towards a direction that is going to surprise everybody any moment from now, the way and manner Biafra nation will be allowed to exist by support of the international community has already put Nigeria on the side of divide. Like a lot of people are saying that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is likely going to be the last president of Nigeria. These are the things they are already finding out, pointing out, information that we are hearing, intelligence revelations that we are getting from different blogs around the world. Is signaling that there might not be 2027.
Finally, as we close, do you see a future for Nigeria as a united nation?
Nigeria is not a united nation because it's not a nation yet. The symbol of a nation that is united can only be found in Biafra, and that is it. Biafra is going to dwarf anything that has to do with Nigeria and save the pride of the black man, and that is why you see the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, Ngozi Oruagbezi, and some other powerful Igbos around the world, who are working on the ground to make sure that the black man's history is preserved, the black man's ingenuity is preserved, the secret of black man is kept with the Biafrans. I can tell you that. Take it anywhere. It has become a spirit. Everybody is buying into it, and you can see the resilience coming from Simon Ekpa, coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and coming from the Igbo people too. How they have struggled over the years, even though they make sure that everything that belonged to the Igbo land was being fragmented. Yes, let me use that word. A shame on Asari Dokubo or whatever he calls himself currently. Now I think he should cover himself in shame. The Ijaw people, except those who are optimistic of what the Igbo stand in Nigeria today. But him now will continue to face disgrace until he realized that the Igbos are not here to just crack jokes for cracking jokes or to look at crude oil. They have not been able to touch any crude oil for the past 64 years of Nigerian existence. The Igbo man has not near anything that has to do with resources of crude oil coming from any. We have it in Abia, we have it, But I'm talking about the way they just project it. Imagine where it becomes their own and it becomes autonomous and they have Biafra on this umbrella. Go to Ijoland. Do they have electricity? They don't have anything, but still resources are being taken away from there. It's not going to be like that when Biafra is given recognition and sovereignty. I can assure you that every nationality in Biafra will have autonomy of their resources.
Thank you so much for coming and God bless you.
For that wonderful question, the anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say, Simon Ekpa has come out to say, or has outlined countless times that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun for a second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojukwu fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, Mazen Mikanu did it via his own dimension. So Ekpa is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Simon Ekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Edigbo and that of the Southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Simon Ekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that, see, they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone, the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other. Nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Simon Ekpa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible. And why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also to the government, the Nigerian government, be worried about it. Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Simon Ekpa. Not only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? So a particular tribe or a major tribe to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, governors That means the Hausa man would now dominate virtually every government parastatals in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Yoruba man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. And eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Yoruba man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angwabula said, he said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country. And we know it. We know it. I know it too. And every normal man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If a Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that people have foreseen this whole thing. That was why he championed this Biafra struggle. And now, gradually, it is now becoming a reality in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, there are some Yoruba men are even tired of the system called Nigeria, just because they feel their brother is still in president. Man, my brother, I can bet you, come 2027, the Yorubas will be championing the Republic more than the Igbo man. I can bet you that. That I am very certain of. Yes, we will championing because it is certain when their president, when their brother is being kicked away from the presidency, already there is a plot, and which he himself cannot escape. The president himself knows that there is a plot, and then the big shots in the north are forming alliance. You know it. RFI, a powerful influence in the north, is not in the league. Sorry, is not in good terms with the president. And now nobody can take that factor. What RFI did.
Igbo na-ege ntị ngwadalu niile ndịkwu si wee na-esere n'iru akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Anyị ga-adapụ n'ukwu ya tiatu ya bụ ife ọnụnụ n'iru akwụkwọ nwanne nwoke kwu ọnọdụ Biafran activist. Dịka ị ga-esi ya bụ ife drọpụra ife iche n'ụdị nke gị gbasịta maka ebe ife ndị a niile o kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ ngwanụ ka emesịa na ụmụnne m.